There.
Cool.
Okay,
We're
Vida.
ready.
Yes.
We're ready to go.
So once again, we are here to do a MAAT session. We're probably going to do a shorter MAAT session than we usually do this evening, but we'll still talk about lots of different stuff. Today is November 10th, 2021, and I am Margaret Major. I am co-host and registered counseling therapist here at the After Trauma Empowerment Network in Shubenacadie, Nova Scotia. I am joined with Vida Woodward, who is co-host and chairperson on our board of directors. And Kate Matthews is also here, but behind the scenes. She is doing our technical directing and monitoring everything and making sure everything goes smoothly. She won't do our hair and makeup yet, but we're working on that.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yes, yes. We'll have to come in an extra hour
Yes.
early. I left a word out of that sentence.
Could be a really short show if we forget half of what we're going to say.
Well, it's like you had said earlier about feeling awe, especially since the time change. I've noticed this week since the time change, twice I've been in sessions with clients and I'm having this, I'm on a roll saying something and then just poof, it's gone. And I just have to say to them, I apologize, but I've forgotten or I've lost what I was talking about in that moment.
Yeah.
Sometimes it'll come back and sometimes it doesn't, but 3 times this week. So it could be a really interesting show.
It could very much be.
Yes.
Because I lost my brain a while ago as well. So I'm hoping to find it soon.
I have this lovely brain, a rainbow brain. We have a couple of these. Yes.
Very nice.
You gotta love a brain.
You do, because you really miss them when you don't have one.
Yes. Okay, so today we're just gonna kind of talk about November and spend a little bit of time on tomorrow, which is recognized and observed, honored as Remembrance Day. Vida has, I think, 3 poems that she would like to share, so we'll get to that. I was going to have a picture lined up, and I did not do that, so I may still see if I can find that and show that picture of the tattoo. It's an awesome way to honor loved ones that we've lost. Before I forget, I want to extend our heartfelt thanks and gratitude to the Mental Health Foundation of Nova Scotia for their generous support, financial support, in us being able to do this show every week. We greatly appreciate their support, and we want to thank Emmett for being here and everybody who watches.
That's right. Yay.
Okay, Vida. So how, I guess, aside from the offness you're experiencing, how are you doing otherwise?
I'm good.
How's your week? Yeah.
But I will mention, Margaret, that you normally start with the welcome.
I did. I didn't do it.
So
can I do it?
Yes, you may.
What's going on?
Just checking.
Vida, maybe we should have just taken tonight off.
We should have maybe.
Or maybe we need to be on the Comedy Channel. What's going on? Okay.
There, deep breath.
I felt like there was something missing, but okay. Thank you, Vida.
You're welcome
for keeping me on track, because we
may need all the help we can get tonight.
Together we can do it.
That's right.
Yes, we can put our heads together and get it done. Okay, So for our diversity welcome, we would like to welcome all women, men, transgender, and other identified individuals here. Welcome everyone who is a mother, father, sister, brother, auntie, uncle, son, daughter, grandmother, or grandfather. Welcome. Welcome people of all races, tribes, and descent. We welcome your bodies, your spirit, and your energy. We welcome survivors and those who support them. We welcome all people single, married, partnered, dating, celibate, or involved in whatever sort of relationship is right for you. Welcome. We welcome gay, lesbian, bisexual, heterosexual, queer, asexual, and others for whom none of the current labels fit. We welcome your emotions, your joy, your bliss, your anger, your frustration, sadness, hope, contentment. We welcome everyone's special way of understanding and knowing the world. Everyone's wisdom, whether it is education that has been learned in schools, colleges, universities, and/or the deep and profound school of life. We welcome those living with chronic medical conditions, visible and invisible. We welcome mystics, seekers, and believers of all kinds. We welcome people who identify as activists, community leaders, musicians, artists, group members, and those who don't. And finally, we'd like to welcome the ancestors who lived in this land where we are now. Welcome the spirits of Mi'kmaq, the natives who lived in this area before the Europeans came. We'd like to acknowledge them and invite their spirit to this space. Everyone, welcome. There. That feels.
You feel better now?
I can't believe that, Vida. I can't believe that I just transitioned and totally did not do the diversity well. Okay, so now we'll do our check-in.
Yes.
How are you doing, Vida?
Good. I think I shared a little stress in my life that happened today about possibly needing to either move myself or something. But no, generally everything is going great. And I can't think of anything too exciting or new. Other than, I mean, this week is kind of the build up to Remembrance Day, and it's a time because I have some great uncles, and he was 14, and am I still here? Oh, am I here? Oh, I'll keep talking then.
That's never happened to me before.
Margaret fell down a hole, but I'll keep going.
Vida,
So,
okay.
Maybe we should have stayed home tonight.
This is just.
It's a strange evening.
It is. It's a dark and stormy night.
It is. Yes. I have visions of Snoopy with his little hat.
Oh,
and
yes.
It's a dark and stormy night. He's typing on his top of his doghouse.
Lightning.
Yeah. So
okay, Vida,
anyway,
please continue. Yes.
So this time of year, growing up, was always an important time and a time to remember. And as a kid, I learned a lot about my family at this time of year, because there were people that were talked about that maybe weren't talked about as often at other times. And then as I got older, Jane, my wife of 30 years, was a member of the British Navy, and her family was a military family. Her dad was in the Air Force, and both of her brothers had served in the reserves. And so, again, the importance of remembering the sacrifices that people make when they join the military, and you know, and they are there to protect us and to help other parts of the world stay safe and so on. So
Yeah.
I know my mom always finds tomorrow hard. I think it's just a time to remember and the people who aren't here and so on. So, but other than that, I can't think of anything, Margaret, that happened in my week that's overly exciting, so, or interesting.
Well, we did have something interesting and exciting happen today. I've got one
Yes.
right beside me.
Yes, that's right.
There's an issue in here. I'll show you after the show.
Oh, okay.
So this is our exciting. It's here. Yay!
Yay! The calendar's here.
Yay!
Do you remember the Steve Martin movie? He used to go, "The phone book's here. The phone book's here." It's one of his famous Steve Martin's famous lines in one of his comedies. Was he went running with "the phone book's here." So now you're running with "the calendar's here."
I am. This is so exciting. We've been patiently waiting, trusting that they will arrive when they need to. And today was that day, thanks to Violet.
Yes, they were here.
And Colchester Printing.
Yes,
They did a fabulous job, and we'll hopefully get these posted on the website in the next couple of days, and we'll see what happens. But it's so exciting to have all these amazing artists in there, and there's a little place
to write notes.
Yes.
Cool.
Awesome.
They did a great job.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're very, very happy. And
yes.
Yeah, I'm super excited about it.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have a little list here beside me, Vida. Because November, there's a lot of stuff happening in November. So I just wanted to mention a couple of those things, and maybe next week or the week after we can touch more on some of these things. But these are just and this list is certainly not exhaustive. I mean, there's so many things that we try to bring awareness to in our world, and there's only 12 months, 52 weeks to do that. So so lots of stuff is happening every month, and we try to be aware of what's going on and pass that information on and have conversations and raise awareness about that. So November, this started, and I don't know the history on this, but Movember. So recognizing men's mental health, and the growing of a mustache to show that support. I was going to see if I could find a mustache, but I couldn't find one.
Yes.
Yes.
I didn't shave my legs for the month of November.
Okay, that'll work. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I know you can actually get little mustaches for anyone who can't grow their own.
Yeah.
And the closer you get to menopause, the more likely you will be able to grow your own someday.
Well, that's a whole show we could do.
That is a whole show we could do.
There's a lot that happens during menopause that that needs to be talked about. And I mean, we talk a lot about mental health and trauma and mental wellness and all of that here. So that would be appropriate for us to have a conversation about that sometime.
Yes, it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got Movember. I guess November, maybe you or Kate knows more about this. Hockey Fights Cancer, I believe, is November. Maybe.
I can't remember, but it could very well be.
Okay. And then, sorry. Now, Domestic Violence Awareness Month is observed in some places in November. October was also observed by some places as Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And I mean, really, it could be 12 months out of the year.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, could focus on domestic violence awareness. That's all about, you know, healthy relationships and safety. All that. And that's important every day. And raising awareness about that. And starting in elementary school and teaching all about healthy relationships, how to cope with emotions. That's, you know, a skill I don't believe they teach at school. Being able to handle emotions.
Not that I know. Maybe individual teachers, I know, sometimes will kind of take on their own areas that they want to focus on. And so I know there are some teachers during elementary school teachers who maybe during their activity time, instead of just going down and running around the gym, maybe teach children how to meditate or do yoga or you know, things that are active things, but also will help with managing or coping with your emotions. And but I don't think it's included in the curriculum from primary through.
Emotions 101.
No, not that I'm aware of anyway.
So important. So important.
Yeah.
And then November 13th to 19th is Trans Awareness Week. I'm not sure if that's just American or Canadian, both.
Yeah.
And November 20th, and I think you were thinking this was a different date.
Yeah, but I lost my brain this week, so.
Well, apparently I'm losing mine too.
So we'll go with the date you have.
November 20th is Transgender Day of Remembrance.
Yes.
And I think maybe we'll focus some more time on that particular topic in maybe next session or the session after that, because that's a really important one too.
Yeah.
And then that's all I have on my sticky, except for Remembrance Day. So you had, I think, three pieces that you.
Yes. Yeah, I thought it would be nice to kind of take a few minutes of our time during our MAAT session tonight to remember. And again, it's not just the people who served in this First and Second World Wars. I mean, we have people serving today, and we have people who've been, affected by being in war zones or in peacekeeping roles or in natural disasters around the world, who are in our military and who sign up basically to be the people who go into the hardest, most difficult, scariest places to go to try and keep us safe and to try and keep the rest of the world safe. So the other thing I was, as I keep talking about, I'm a news person. I watched an interview, I think it might have been yesterday. Well, two things. Number one, on Monday, November 8th, we actually acknowledged Indigenous Veterans Day. And there were a lot of Indigenous people who served in our military and continue to serve in our military, and who sacrificed their lives during the First and Second World War. But because of how our country treated Indigenous peoples in general, they weren't even acknowledged until recently, and did not receive the same benefits that other veterans did when they returned to the country, to Canada. So that's another area where, I guess, for lack of a better term, we fell down. And so the 8th of November was proclaimed Indigenous Veterans Day, Remembrance Day. And now I can't remember the other thing I was going to say after that. About post-traumatic stress. And that's a topic we've talked about a few times now. And yesterday when I was watching the news, they interviewed a man who was retired from the military, but who had served in Afghanistan and I think in a few other places. And when he first came back and when he first left the military and retired, on Remembrance Day, he found it impossible to go to public places like to the cenotaphs or to the places where they were having the Remembrance Day services, because it was a time that he really felt he needed to be on his own. And he talked briefly just about, because he had no recollection after his time in the military of being at a Remembrance Day service. On Remembrance Day, he would spend the time thinking and remembering. And he said, I could close my eyes and I could smell the smell and I could feel how the ground felt under my feet. And, the sounds that were around. And for him, just simply doing that was enough for him to go right back to where he had been.
Yeah.
And, sometimes we forget, how difficult remembering can be. And for people who have been either in the military or who have family members or who have lost someone, this isn't just a day. It is a day to remember, but it's also often a very difficult day because it brings back all of those things that happened before. And for some people, it's just like they're happening all over again.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. And just that, I don't know, that memory where you just, I don't know if you've ever had something in your life that happened, and it can be a good thing too, but just a time where all you have to do is kind of close your eyes and you can put yourself right back in that place, and remember the people who were around you and, what you were doing and all that kind of stuff. And when it's something difficult, then that's very hard for people to do. And this time of year, it's being talked about over and over. So for some people, it must be a very difficult time just to try and manage their own emotions and feelings about what they did and what their family member did or so on. And I remember I said about growing up and hearing about my uncles, and I had aunts who served during the wars as well. Just hearing them talk about people who came back, and back then it was called shell shock. So when somebody came back and they came back a different person than when they left, especially if it was if they were struggling with mental health issues, or maybe they started drinking, using alcohol to the extreme. I know in my family, there were several members of my family who served during the war who became alcoholics after they returned. And everybody said, oh, they have shell shock. Well, today we would call it post-traumatic stress. But that's what they called it back then. And the only way they really knew how to deal with it was to try and numb how they felt. And so they would drink. And when you think about it, it makes sense in a way. If you're that overwhelmed and there aren't any places to go to talk about how you're feeling, and even the places where you would normally go and talk about, with your peers or the people that even you might have served with, a lot of times in years gone by, it would involve alcohol. So going somewhere and having a few drinks, or, tipping a glass to remember someone. And so I think, we've learned a lot since those times, but there's still there's still so much more, that we need to know to be able to help people. And post-traumatic stress can happen to anybody, not just people who have been in war zones or natural disasters. It can happen to any one of us. And, we should be all aware that it can, and also be aware and pay attention to our family and friends in the event that, something may be going on with them. But I think it is an important time to, I guess, just reflect on the things that people have sacrificed to be here, for us to be here and doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
Who knows how things might have gone if people didn't step up and take that on and make the sacrifices that they made.
Yeah.
So I thought I was going to pick one poem, and then I picked three. The one that I'll save in Flanders Fields to the last. It's the one maybe that people are most familiar with, and it's that poem where we get the symbol of the poppy that we wear, that I don't have. I lost mine, but we wear in November to show our remembrance of the people who fought in the wars and who served for us. So the first one, I picked one for each branch of our military. So the first one is called High Flight, and it's not written specifically for our Remembrance Day, but it is a poem written for someone who was a pilot or who flew. And so in our military, we have the Air Force branch. And this poem was written by John Gillespie McGee. Oh, I have slipped the surly bounds of earth and danced the skies on laughter's silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds, and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the wind-swept heights with easy grace, where never lark or ever eagle flew, and while with silent, lifting mind I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand and touched the face of God.
Whoa, what a piece.
Mm.
Wow. Oh.
I found that when my father-in-law passed away, he was in the Air Force, and I read that at his service, and there's just something about that poem that just, yeah. So the next one is the Sailor's Prayer, and I'm sure, as Jane would have said, there are many sailors' prayers that get said, but I thought I'd read this for the Navy, the naval branch of our military. Lord, hear my prayer. Send your angels to guard well we sailors serving in your fleet. Protect us from harm or defeat. Give us guidance and wisdom to pursue diplomacy instead of war, peace instead of hatred, life over death. When I die, permit me appear first at your gate. Allow the devil to think I am late. And before he realizes his mistake, grant me entrance and assign me to serve life eternal in your heavenly fleet. So, yeah. Now, this is the one, I'm not sure if you're still memorizing it in school these days, but when I was in school, we had to memorize this, and it was written by John McCrae and in Flanders Fields. And when I finished, I just thought I'd take maybe about a minute of silence when I'm finished, and then we can go on after that. In Flanders Fields, the poppies blow between the crosses, row on row. that mark our place, and in the sky, the larks still bravely singing fly, scarce heard amid the guns below. We are the dead, short days ago, we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders fields. Take up your quarrel with the foe, to you from failing hands we throw, the torch be yours to hold it high. If you break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders fields. Yeah.
Thank you, Lila.
And just thank you to all of the families and people who sacrifice their lives, their way of life, their health, whatever, for
It's
us.
immeasurable. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like immeasurable. It's the value.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. And I think maybe on that note, Vida, we'll do our loving kindness meditation,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll say good night.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
Okay. Oh my God. Okay. So for the next 2 minutes or so, this is a loving kindness meditation. So just allow yourself just to be comfortable where you're sitting or lying down. Put all your stresses and all your worries on the shelf for the next couple of minutes. You don't have to control your breathing in any way. Just allow your breathing just to be natural. Hear the sounds in the space around you. Begin to feel any tension you might be holding in your body. And begin to feel that start to drain away from you. Feel the tension drain away from your eyes, your face, through your neck, your shoulders, and down your arms. Feel the tension drain like a liquid down through your body and out through your toes. Now begin to feel your body fill up with love. Imagine a loving white light entering your feet, traveling up through your body, up to your stomach, to your chest, and your arms. Feel it almost bursting through your heart, your fingers, and through the crown of your head. When you feel embraced in that love, silently repeat the following words to yourself. May I be free from all harm. May I be safe and protected. May I be free from all suffering. May I be happy. May I be free from all disease and physical pain. May I be healthy and strong. And may I be able to live in this world happily, peacefully, joyfully, and with ease. Now think of someone that you love dearly, a partner, a friend, family member, and picture them in your mind. Send loving thoughts to that person as you silently say, may you be free from all harm. May you be safe and protected. May you be free from all suffering. May you be happy. May you be free from all disease and physical pain. May you be healthy and strong. And may you be able to live in this world happily, peacefully, joyfully, and with ease. Now turn your thoughts to this vast world, the earth with all its living creatures. Continue to feel that love bursting through your body as you silently say, may all beings be free from all harm. May they be safe and protected. May all beings be free from all suffering. May they be happy. May all beings be free from all disease and physical pain. May they be healthy and strong. And may all beings be able to live in this world happily, peacefully, joyfully, and with ease. Send your love as far out around the world as possible. And just imagine that energy traveling through you. Continue to feel that love centered around your heart, feeling yourself in this moment, in the now. Carry this feeling with you to the rest of your day. And when you are ready, you may slowly open your eyes. And in a reflective place, I feel like I need some time to reflect.
Mhm.
Yeah, I haven't heard Blender's Fields in a long time, and just thank you for sharing that and reading it, and the other two pieces that you picked, and honoring as many as you could, like the air, land, and sea. Okay. Well, we're going to sign off for today, and we will be back next week. I'm not sure what the date will be, the 17th.
Yes.
Yes, we'll be back on the 17th. And thank you, Emmett, for staying and being here. And Take care of yourself and take care of each other. Be well. Bye-bye.